Welcome to Xavier Studios Universe. Coming up on INSTA CRUSH.
So here's the
Subscribe.
thing, right? With South Africa, we've got great actors.
Well, you know, South Africa over there in Africa, I love everything about you guys. That role might come down the line, so to be able to do a role out there will be an honor.
Widely from your recent project on BMF. Hey, bro, hey, K9 is some, hey. You know,
I appreciate that.
we were at school and we had like this whole back and forth on this season, like having K9, who's hotter, him or Lamar, and like people are rooting for K9. K9 is ruthless. You know, it's just like, you know. So you really played a good role on BMF. But like, on that note, can you take me through the whole like playing? So I've had conversations with various actors, right? Talking about playing a role, and you know. But the thing is that some actors say that they find it hard to break away from the character they play. So I don't know if this is a question you've been asked before, or you could go more into depth about that. Do you struggle to like? Do you adapt, like, do you adopt certain characteristics from your character you play, or is it simple for you?
So you're saying how it is to get into like specific characters, or like you're talking about once I'm finished playing the role, you know, getting out that character. Once I'm done. All right. So yeah, the briefing from the character, I think for me has been easy to dive out the role. Like, you know, you'll see me on set, you know. Some of the cast will see me on set, and I could be able to have a regular conversation with you, laugh and joke.
Yeah,
I'm a fun, cool guy. And then when I'm ready to dive into the role, 5 minutes before, 10 minutes before, then I get focused and dive into it. So after I'm finished shooting a project, just go back to my normal routine. You know, hanging out. You know, listening to some reggae. You know, hanging out with my boys. You know, so yeah, those are things that I do. I just back to my normal routine, and I'm able to get out of character pretty easy. But once I'm in for a certain period of time in a character, I like to be locked in and kind of try to live that life outside of filming as well. So what I mean by that, you know, let's say K9, for example, if I'm walking the streets, I'm looking, you know, watching my back to see if anybody trying to come after me. You know, this is the mentality of people. You ain't gonna go around there trying to hurt nobody on the streets, but you know what I mean? Like, whatever you do outside of filming, you try to do that at the same time so you can really stay in character. So.
Damn, you know, like that, what you just mentioned is like, it makes it, because my question came from like, you know, certain people play certain roles so good that it's kind of hard to like, you know, find this person like playing a role is it really them, you know? And I think your character is just one of those, which I feel like for a very, very long time, people are gonna have a hard time stop calling you K9, because like, you know, like I've seen a lot of your movies, and I have to say you're a great actor, you know, from you like different projects you worked on, but I cannot stress this enough. And I think based on like the support you're getting from people, like I've seen while doing the research, I saw you've been doing a lot of interviews on YouTube, and you know, and it's just based on the current project, like where people just feel this wave of entertainment, like this guy is giving us that, you know. But moving on from that, you know, have you ever had any aspirations on working in Africa, or a project here in Africa?
Oh, I would love to. You know, I don't have a great African accent, but I would love to learn it eventually. You know, that role might come down the line at some point, and I would love to come out there and study and, you know, get the accent right and film for however time they need me to film out there. But yeah, I would definitely love to, man. I love you guys' accent. You know, just everything about.
We love
everything about, you know, South Africa over there in Africa. I love everything about you guys, man. So to be able to do a role out there will be an honor.
That'd be dope. So tell me, if you had a choice, like you could like direct your own movie, your own, what role would you want to play, and what would the movie be about if you had like it was all on you?
So if I had the choice of being a producer and to be the main actor in it, well, I've had an idea. I was talking about, my friends, from shout out to Lennox, in Flatbush. One of the movies I would love to do is a dancehall movie, because I'm pretty good dancer. So I'd love to do a dancehall movie, be the producer and be the lead in that movie. That's one of the projects that would be a passion project for me. Also, I feel I want to do a project similar to, I don't know if you're familiar with Warriors. So that was a movie about back in the days with Brooklyn. So being from Brooklyn, the gangs back in those days, and trying to go from one neighborhood to another neighborhood to get home, that would be a project I would love to redo. And also being a detective or an FBI agent, a big movie like that, I think at the same time I would love to be a part of as well.
No, that would be dope.
So those three, would be
you have to bring it to Africa.
Bring it to Africa. There you go.
Bring it to Africa, bro. South Africa, we've got great actors aside. We've got like beautiful places. I think, please come to Africa.
You guys do.
Because like we have great actors aside, which kind of like. So here's the thing, right? With South Africa, we've got great actors. We've got great musicians, everything. But the thing is, the continuous strive is to like trying to break through to the American market, to break through to the international market, right? So it's always a thing for like most of our creatives. Now, having y'all, coming to that, having been born or like stay in such a like place where people work hard to like, hey, I want to break out in that country or city, or do you find it hard? Do you find it easy to say, okay, that I'm from this place, it's kind of easy for me, or or does it still have its own challenges?
You're saying more so. I guess we can take an example. Let's say like a British actor comes to America and do a role like that. You're saying, is it easier for me here versus if I would have came to South Africa or would have went to the UK? That's what you're asking?
Yeah, if you came from South Africa, being an actor from South Africa going to America,
would that be? I haven't seen too many yet. I know it's a lot of UK actors that come to the US, and it seems pretty easy. I think because one of the things is because of their training. I think the training that they have out in the UK, I think is amazing, and they get trained from early. And this is something that they wanted to do for life, maybe some of us here in America picked up acting later in life, something that we might have felt we found the talent later. I think in UK, they start from early. I'm not familiar at this point with the South African actors, but I'm sure you guys, once you guys have the proper training, you come over here, you guys are able to adapt just like the UK actors are able to adapt when they come here, or an American actor going over to South Africa, going to the UK. I think, it's just about the right training. I think that'll be good. I think, just with the right training, I think anybody can come from anywhere. As long as you got the right training, you put in the hard work, you'll be fine.
Okay, that makes sense. To break away just from the acting topic, I often wonder like what most renowned people like do on a normal day. So, can you take us through your day? Like, if you're not working on a film or any project, take us through your day.
See, take us through the day. All right. So if I'm not doing anything, I'll probably wake up and
not working on a project, or
I wake up, go to the gym. I like to play video games, so I'll play NBA 2K. That's something.
Which game?
NBA 2K.
Oh okay.
You said FIBA. That's soccer. Yeah. See, I'm not. I can't get with the soccer. I can't do soccer. I just can't do it. Yeah, NBA 2K, and if it's let's say it's a weekend, I do like to go to a party. You know, if there's a party, it's nice.
Okay.
I'll go hang out and do a couple dances. So that's
because Vela, you're a dad, right?
Yeah. So that's a typical day now. Nowadays, I probably would watch YouTube all day and see what people are talking about. Also, my voice is on the live right now. Also, I'll be in the chat talking trash to my boys.
Sure.
So there's a good amount of us in the chat, probably 18 or more of us, and we'll talk sports heavy. Sure. So we'll talk about sports throughout the day. And right now, my Lakers are okay. So that's a hot topic in the chat. Lakers aren't playing too good.
Yeah. No, that sounds great, man. I think bottom line, just being with the boys, just like, having just nice topics like, debates and there. I think, it's really dope. Mm-hmm. Now, coming to going back to the acting, sorry. Mm-hmm. With the recent, cancel culture and woke and, everything, do you then find it hard to pick certain roles or play certain characters, or, like within the industry, because like people could critique you for like playing a certain role and saying, oh, that's, so how do you handpick the project? Yeah.
I would say at this point, I've been open to a lot of roles that has been presented to me. I haven't had a role to where I've said I won't do this role, and that's for me. I mean, other people have had different experiences with that, but for me, the roles have been presented, I felt spoke to me. So when you, as an artist, when you get presented these roles, if it speaks to you, then you want to do it. I got offered a role recently, and I looked at the role, and it was pretty similar to the character I played, K9. So as an artist, sometimes you don't want to play too many of the same roles, so you can be, typecast. But you really have to look in depth with the character and try to really find something really different from the character that you've recently played in this character, because you don't want to be redundant playing these characters. So, to the question that you asked, I haven't received a role that I'm like, I don't want to do that role because of this or because of that. When that path comes across me, then I'll make that decision at that time. But the role has to speak to you, and I do like to play the positive roles. So, like I said, wanting to be an FBI agent or a detective, that I'll play that in a positive note, trying to save the community, right? Being that hero, a Marvel project, something like that. That too, be a part of the Black Panther franchise, something like that.
I could see you in that.
You can see it in the Black Panther or Marvel.
Let's give you a role first. Let's try to find a role for you in case the right person is watching. So let's say for the next project, you are the mysterious cousin from the T'Challa family, and you've just found out about this great Wakanda, and you want your right to the throne. How's that?
So it'll be a little similar Michael B. Jordan role, trying to get the throne.
Yeah, actually,
well, you know what? I wouldn't want to play the villain on Black Panther. I don't know. Then it'll be typical me following Michael B. Jordan's story. I think that it'll have to be a different. I would love for it to be a different type of story for me to get the throne. To go and being a villain on Black Panther, I wouldn't want to be the villain. But again, they presented it to me, and I might have to be like, listen. As it turns out, I might have to do this.
Let's do this. Hashtag Lawrence for Black Panther.
That would be cool. That'd be cool.
You were talking about like typecasting and something Idris Elba talked about largely on that he was for a long time, being typecast, and like he was playing a role of this black guy, gangster and everything, and And for some time, it really got to him, you know, like up until Tyler Perry picked him up and says, bro, play this role. And people then saw him in a different way. Then he started getting roles in that, you know, in that. So you wanting to play a positive role, that I personally think that it will also expand your brand, you know. People see the other side of you, your abilities, how you connect to the audience in certain characters. And yeah, like I really think it's something you should go for, but it's not in your power, or is it?
Well, it can be in your power, right? I think as an upcoming artist, sometimes it's tough for us, right? Because we do want to be able to work. And then the roles we are presented to us may not be the best role. So sometimes we pick the role because finances, right? Like, all right, look, I ain't getting no work. I gotta get this job. Or you know, it's a character you may not have played yet. And be like, all right, let me take a chance. It could be a director you want to work with that's behind the scenes, a producer, another cast member that you may want to work with. So it's a lot of things that go into us choosing to want to be a part of a project. It's so many things. I would say with me, I don't know if I'll be typecast after playing this role of Kanan, and I think the reason why is because of the body of work that I've had before. So roles like Underground, you know, playing an abolitionist, FBI playing a cop, or Magnum PI playing not Magnum PI, I'm sorry, Blue Bloods playing a cop. I think those roles people would see that I've worked on before, or Power, right? Power playing a cop. So I think people, once they look at the body of work,
Power.
Yeah, you see?
Yes, Power. When the guy did the thing, I saw him like, no, I know you from this. Sorry for interrupting.
So good. So I think playing those roles, I may not be in that box of being typecast. For myself, I mean, you never know, right? I mean, Kay and I have been offered. I've been seeing a couple auditions come in similar to this character, so you never know.
Yeah. No. You mentioned again that sometimes like finances, so you can't really say but because of so has there been a period in your life where it was just vacant, no job, no nothing, no gigs, and how was that like?
So I've had times where it's pretty quiet, but you know, I'm Jamaican, so I'm always make some money. I'm always find a way to make money. You know, but there's been some time that it has been quiet in the business, and you wonder what's going on. You know, or when is going to be your next job. I always, you know, trust the process. You know, stay close to God and keep your prayers up, and then the right role will come. You know, I think actually at the time that I got season 2 of BMF, I was actually chilling. I was like, man, I need to make some more money, and literally that in that same breath, that same thought, the email came in, hey, they want to bring you back for season 2. So that was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, there's irony in that.
No, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, because like I've had a lot of that. You know, someone works on a project and work on a project, then for the next 6 months there's nothing, and you have to find your way through that.
Exactly.
And you know, so I could just imagine, you know, whereas you are then forced to, you know, be careful how you like your finances and, you know, everything like it, I could just imagine. So you as a character and as a brand, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Yes, I get the point that you want to play more positive role, FBI, but just as a brand, where do you want to see yourself in the next 5 years?
Definitely would love to see myself in the next 5 years, being a series regular on a show. Also, I believe in 5 years I can see myself leading a feature movie as the lead male in the movie. Also being on covers. I think being on covers from BMF. I think that this role would definitely get me in some covers. I can see that within 5 years, and also producing projects within 5 years. So projects that I have an interest in, that talks to me, and producing those projects and being a part of the behind the scenes of the project. Yeah, so that's the 5 years that I see coming in. Maybe even South Africa, maybe doing a project out there. You know, you spoke it to existence.
Come home, bro. Yeah. No, we have to make it work. You have to come to South Africa. That we have to make it work. It would be damn. I really have a script in mind. I have a cast. Just let the fight. You see, everything is said. Just need 10 million.
Everything happens in due time. You know, due time. And so we put that in the air, and you never know what happens. Yeah. No, that's true. Okay, to take a breakish, we're going to play a game. It's called One Must Go. Yeah. Right? So I'm going to mention two people's names, and you just one must go. Right? Oh, you put me on the spot.
Nah, it's not a difficult one, man. It's just, standard.
Okay. All right.
Okay. 50 Cent and Kanye. One must go.
Oh, hold on. well, Kanye got to go because your boy 50 employing me. So, Kanye, you got to go, bro.
I knew it.
Sorry, Yeezy, you got to go, bro. I got your sneakers, Yeezy, but you got to go.
Yeah, I knew it. But okay, you made a wise decision there. J. Cole, Kendrick.
Yo, that's tough. That's a tough one. J. Cole or Kendrick? Listen, I'm going to say, y'all on the live, don't be mad at me. Let's say, you got to go. And I'm going to tell you why, though.
Cole must go.
Hold on. Kendrick got to go, and I'm going to tell you why, though. Here's the reason. Because one of my boys is one of the bodyguards for J. Cole. So you know what I mean? My boy's not keeping 100. He's one of the bodyguards for J. Cole. So Kendrick, you got to go. You got to employ my peoples. You know what I mean? Employ my peoples, Kendrick, and you can say.
Okay, no. All right, for that, we'll respect that. The last one. Last but not least. Queen B, Beyonce, and Alicia Keys.
Listen, I gotta say Alicia Keys gotta go. I'm sorry, Alicia. I worked with her back in the days, you know what I mean? But listen, Beyonce.
You don't mess with no one.
Listen. I know she got the New York song. I know that. And when I used to promote parties, we hired her to, for a party. It was in New York, but I'm saying, we gotta. Beyonce is it.
It's the game. It's how it is.
She's the queen. To my guy from Brooklyn, my pro Brooklyn guy Jay-Z. Beyonce back in the days on the Cadillac Records. We worked together, so we gotta keep that colleague collaboration. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get it, man.
And I'm just saying, Beyonce got some hit songs, man. Like, you got some really good songs. Both of them got really good songs, but Beyonce be hitting home runs with these songs,
Yo, too much. Or like it's funny how like an individual can like impact the whole culture, just like an individual. Just an
individual. The power, right?
That's
the power that people have, and that's why when it goes back to when you talk about the cancel culture, it's important of stuff that you put out. In Beyonce and Alicia Keys' case, the music that you put out, right? People listen to those words that you say, or now if you tweet or you post something on Instagram, so you really have to watch that. And I know me now with BMF being a hot show and playing the role of K9, I have to watch what I post and what I say on Twitter. So I be refraining from saying things. I'm like, I want to say something, but you know what? I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna
but you can't.
I can't. I'm gonna let somebody else say it. But then you got
No, man, that's
But then
true,
you go ahead
man.
but here's the thing: you go ahead and like it too. That's gonna be a problem. You can't even like anybody post now. You know, you gotta be like, oh, let me pull back. I can like that. I'm sorry.
Can't do that, man.
Can't do it.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
Damn. So it's the pros and the cons of being at the top.
Right. Yeah, it's tough. But you know, sometimes people do things behind the scenes that we don't know, right? So we can go get into what happened with Kyrie Irving. I don't know too much detail of what happened, but the things that he do behind the scenes too, not too many people talk about it. We talked about when he sent that tweet out, but we don't talk about, you know, with him, donating money to different causes behind the scenes. So we can even take it back to Michael Jordan, right? When they talked about Jordan not promoting the Democrat at that time, but he's also doing things behind the scenes too, you know? So things like that. A lot of people do things behind the scenes and not necessarily in front. So what people do for people to see, that's the things that we take, oh, this is that person, this is how they are, but you don't know what they're doing on, you know, behind the scenes and stuff like that.
So aside from like the media industry or film industry, is there something which you would want to be remembered as or build like a separate brand aside from the media industry or just business or anything that you would like to pursue?
Did you repeat that question again?
I'm saying aside from like the media, like the whole industry, like acting and filming, is there anything you'd like to pursue other than that? Something something else
that I have a passion for.
Yeah.
That's a good question. Well, if I wasn't acting, then I'd have definitely wanted to be an FBI agent, right? So I got my degree, I have my bachelor's in criminal justice. So I did want to pursue that. At this point, nothing else that interests me, to be honest with you. I know a lot of people want me to get into certain things, but it doesn't really interest me. I think acting interests me. I think the reason why it interests me the most is because growing up, somebody put NBA. I think growing up I wanted to be in the NBA or be in the NFL, be FBI agent, detective, things like that. I think in the world of acting, we can play all these different characters. So that's why I was interested in being an actor. I was speaking to my coach, Sheik, yesterday about this role, and I was telling him, man, I just love having to do this research, going back and Googling on YouTube and try to find different pieces to put this character together. So if we can be in that role, that world of acting and play all these different types of roles, is fun. So anything I want to pursue outside of acting, I can do it as an actor, So it's fun. You can be in that space.
No, that's dope. Someone mentioned, so now I'm going to read out a few questions people have for you. So there's one. Who's your favorite NBA player today?
Favorite NBA player today? Wow. That's pretty tough. And I'm a big NBA guy. Favorite player today? Ooh, hold on. Wow. That's interesting. That's crazy because my boys that's in the chat would probably tell you. I don't know if I have like a favorite player today. I would say watch him a lot. Then that's what's messed up about it because I'm a big Laker fan. I would say Kanye. What am I talking about? I'll say Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving.
Okay, that's fair.
I would say Kyrie Irving is probably one of my favorite players to watch right now. Okay. But my favorite player ever is Kobe. I got to put it out there. God rest his soul because he just passed away on the 25th, a couple years ago. But yeah, so all time is Kobe.
Yeah.
Of all time is Kobe. But right now, I would say Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, speaking of Kobe had a wild work ethic, man. That guy was
big time.
Something else,
Ruthless.
Just told him that story. Like I once read in a story where he was like, sorry,
somebody put 126. Not yeah. So that's when Kobe passed. God rest his soul. He just passed the other day.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, that. Oh, okay, okay. The 26th of Jan. Oh, okay, okay. I was saying, there was I think a documentary or something where we were talking about like Kobe, how he was saying this. Oh yeah, he was saying it. It's like he would get up in the morning around 3 and go to the gym, and he would work out, work out, work out. Then like 2 hours later, another player would come in, find him working out, and he would carry on working out, work out, work out. The guy would get done working out, and the guy would sit on the stand and watch him work out. And he says, I would work out another hour just to show him that
Yeah.
I'm better than him. And he was just a different person on the field.
Yeah.
He was just like that. It was just like a tech move.
Yeah.
Beast,
Yeah,
you know. So it's something I take from him.
Yeah, Kobe's beast, man. Like, you know, I take also the Mamba mentality from him. So while I'm filming,
Yeah.
while filming BMF we did it for 5 months. So my whole mentality while filming it, you know, as you're getting different cast members or different people behind the scenes or stars and saying, hey man, you're doing a really good job playing this role. And I didn't want to be content just being here, right? And so
Yeah.
I had the Mamba mentality is when this role is done, that's when okay, I can breathe and be like,
Yeah,
okay, you
yeah.
know, you did what you came to do. So
Back to normal.
I had that mentality throughout the whole filming is that I gotta keep going. Like the culture says now, keep applying pressure. So I had to keep applying pressure until I was done filming.
Yeah. Yeah. Would you act in a slavery movie?
In a slave movie?
Yeah.
Well,
Would you?
I would, and I think the reason why I think we're telling our history, right? So
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of history growing up, and now being able to do Underground, which was about the slavery back in the 1800s. I would definitely want to tell that story, you know, and you know, playing a slave, I'm telling the story of what happened back in slavery times.
Wait, were you part of the Underground Railway?
Not
the series?
not the new one. There was a series called Underground. Yeah, we had two seasons that was on the WGN network. So that one was about, and it was from the producers that I don't know if you're familiar with Roots. So they did Roots and they did Underground as well.
Okay.
So that movie was about slavery back in the 1800s. So I didn't play a slave in that one. I played abolitionists, freeing the slaves. But I don't mind playing a slave. You know, just pretty much telling our history back in those times.
Yeah. Damn, man. You know, like, it sounds fun being an actor. Like, I can't act for, like, Jack. But, like, it sounds fun, like, you know, waking up, playing this person, playing that. You know, it's an adventure. And, you know, I can just imagine, you also tap into certain spaces of yourself where you're like, oh, I could do that. I could, you know. Yeah. And, like,
there's a lot of times that I would get a role, not a lot, but sometimes you'll get a role and like, man, can I really play this role?
Yeah.
Once you start doing the research, then you find out, yeah, you can play the role. And having your peoples, man, your fans, your friends, your family, having everybody beside you, you know, and cheering you on and making you know that you're good enough to play this role. You know, my friends was, you know, telling me, you know, I was a little nervous actually once I was coming back for season 2 of BMF about how big this role was and can I pull it off? And that's the reason why I hired my coach Sheik. And my friends was like, bro, you've been doing this your whole career. It's just on a bigger level. So my friends was telling me that and just giving me the confidence. You know, I was getting the confidence. Also, prayers from my sister. You know, before I would film a scene, I would call my sister and have her pray for me. One of my boys would text me prayers every day while I was filming. He still does now. It was a matter of me just praying about being able to pull off this role and having the confidence to do it. And that's where it would come with the training and things like that. Yeah, it's all about training. But definitely diving and researching a character is fun for me, and that might even come from the background of me wanting to be an FBI agent or detective. That investigation, you're just really like, I want to catch this criminal, this, that, and the third. So me as an actor wanting to research and really find every little thing about this character, why this character walks like this, why they talk like this, why they here at this time, why they chose to do this at this point in their life. So it's fun to do that type of research.
Damn. While we're having this conversation, I noticed that you've mentioned a lot about prayer, and it sounds like you are very big on prayer. And can you just enlighten us how big, like what's the main reason why you're big on prayer? Because like in the industry, like a lot of people, it's just like, you're living our life, dog. But like it's really to have someone who within the industry and still like.
I always think you need to, there's a lot of people that would say you want to believe in a higher power, right? So I believe in God. Some people may just believe in a higher power. So just having that person that you can talk to when you're praying at night and just asking God to guide me through the purpose that you have for me. So not necessarily, I had to change my prayer a couple of years ago. I would say I changed my prayer around 2014, I believe. I used to always, I came up from praying and going to church with my family, but at some point you're not going to church as often anymore, and you start, instead of you praying and getting on your knees, you pray in bed, right? You keep it funky. Some of them do it. Back to
the sheep.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, you're right. Right, and you're done. So I think, with me, I was having a hard time with just giving everybody my energy, giving people my money. It was just giving myself to everybody at some point. And I just had to redirect myself, right? And I was speaking to one of my friends, and we would talk about it, and I was letting them know, man, I just need to go to church. So I went to one of these churches out here in LA, One Church. A shout out to One Church. And that day, from then on, my prayers changed. I think it was, I want to say 2014. I'll have to go back and look. But I started changing my prayers, and instead of asking God, let me get this role, or let me get this, or God, let this happen, it's more so like, guide me through the purpose that you have for me. And if this is along my purpose, then I accept it. If it's not, I accept that as well. So you got to understand, to be able to accept and not accept certain things that happen, and things happen in your life for a reason as well. You have to believe in that. You walk through faith, you got to be able to walk through the darkness and see the light through the darkness, just like how DMX said, right? You got to look for the sun and the rain. So things like that, that mentality changed for me, and that was able to be able to guide me throughout my life right now, as I believe changing my prayer. Now I listen to sermons every morning as well. So I think definitely people, need to pray more and just believe more in whatever you're going through. Trust the process. That's my motto. Trust the process. So,
yeah. That's powerful, man. That's really powerful, and as we're about to like wrap up, a lot of actors I've heard where they've got into depth about like their mental state and everything, and they always mention that they come to time for them where it just feels like you are giving off too much of yourself and not receiving, and like you can't, like you kind of like find yourself in a place where like you can't not identify, but like you need something to as you just mentioned, some call it a higher power, some call it and some do find it, some are still searching, but what you just said makes a lot of sense. I just wanted to mention that. So also you being within the industry, you are known, how do you protect your family from the media, from just like all these things, man? Like how do you keep them away from all this, whatever is backlash to you, how do you protect them?
How do I protect them? Well, fortunately enough, I haven't had any instances where I've had to have that. We're at that point where I have to protect them. I think my family and friends, they know me. So anything that comes out in the media, they'll contact me, and and if there was something negative, they'll know that didn't come from me. But I haven't had any situation where I've had to protect my family. But if that time comes, then for sure, I'll protect them in every way that I can. But I think we're all strong enough, and we trust in God, so it won't be anything where I would have to protect them. We're already protected by God.
Yeah. Okay. As we close, I've got two questions for you. First one is you've mentioned that you mentioned the characters you'd like to play, but can you also mention top 5 actors you'd like to share be on screen? Top 5. Okay.
Good.
From anywhere.
All right. So for sure, number 1 is Denzel. That's a given.
Damn.
That's a given. Also Idris Elba. I would love to be in a role of Idris Elba. I think a lot of people said we look alike, so I could probably play his brother.
Yeah.
Play his brother in the movie. Will Smith. I think I got a lot of similarities. Like Will Smith, I would love to work with Will Smith. I mean, maybe just put it out there. They could bring me in. What's that movie? What's the most famous movie with the cop with him and Martin Lawrence?
Bad Boys.
For me and Bad Boys. That's 3, right? Okay. I would love to work with Brad Pitt too, man. Brad Pitt is dope. I'd love to work with Brad Pitt. And Halle Berry.
Hey,
saying Halle Berry. Let's, what I'm saying? Let's do a movie together. Let's get it going.
Something.
Let's get it going.
That's a fire lineup.
I love to work with Halle Berry as well. And there's been many more, but those 5, those 5 for sure. And I could even, we could put, let's say Brad Pitt, and we could put Leonardo DiCaprio too. I'm just saying, like, we can sort one out because Leonardo DiCaprio is dope. It was.
Hey man, let's make this happen.
See, I had put a picture side by side. I was auditioning for this movie, and there's something that I did in when I was looking back, because we do self tapes now. So I started looking back at this audition. I was like, this kind of looks familiar, and ironically, it was something that I saw that Leonardo DiCaprio had did, and I put the picture side by side. I was like, wow, it's crazy, But Leonardo DiCaprio is dope. I love to work with him as well. So, if we're talking about top 5, if I gotta swap Brad Pitt out real quick and be like, yo, we put Leo.
You put in Leo. Yeah, I know that's a fire lineup, bro. Like Will Smith, Denzel, Halle Berry, Brad Pitt / Leonardo. Who else did you mention? Idris.
Yeah.
And that's a fine. Let's do this. We're putting it out into the universe.
We are.
We're putting it out there.
And we can do it in South Africa.
Even better. In my own backyard.
There you go. See that? See? There you go. Let's make that happen.
No, we're putting it out there. It's going to happen. And we're going to revert back to this interview. The last question before you leave us. I'm sorry we have to cut the interview short because, my supervisor's hitting me up and saying, bro, you're running too long, But in closing, what would you like to be remembered as when it's all said and done?
All said and done. I like to be remembered as an actor, not just an actor, a person that put his all in everything that he did. Also somebody who likes to build up everyone. Now, I would like to take everybody with me. If there's something that somebody has a talent in and they can be a part of my circle, boom, let's do it. Or if I could get one of my friends to be in something